3 skills of successful test takers. We're going to turn to testing for a minute. Look how excited she is. All right. So I look at academics and test preparation as an equilateral triangle. There are 3 components that are of equal measure, and they're all as important as the other in success. The first is content. You have to know the material. If you don't, you're going to be limited in your scores. Okay? But it's only a third of it. Next, strategy. When I say strategy, I mean test-specific strategy. What you do in the ACT math is different from what you do in the SAT math, which is different from what you do in the Math 1 and 2 subject tests. Those are 4 different tests with 4 different personalities and 4 different sets of strategies. Now, are there overlaps? Of course, quite a few, but there's enough differences where if you're preparing for the SAT, you can't just sit down and take the ACT. I mean, you could, but there's more to it than just that, all right? But again, it's only a third. Next, and this is probably the most important, test-taking skill. And we talked about this earlier today in the morning session with respect to academics. I can say right now that test-taking skill is like the glue of all this, okay? What does that mean? You know, it's one thing to know the material, another to know the strategies. But if you cannot bring it on hour 4 of the SAT, it all goes for naught. So one of the ways that we like to help people build their test-taking skill is by doing all these free mock tests, okay? Because you can't build that endurance and that focus and those self-management skills, those physical, psychological, emotional, spiritual skills, taking practice tests in your bedroom. You have to go to some, other space. We're going to be around other test takers, under simulated conditions, led by a proctor. Because what happens in those situations is that there are other testing factors that come up that are important for you to be able to manage. The kid who can't stop sneezing. The person who keeps on, as you're figuring out a math question. The jackhammer outside the window because the school is building a new building, right? These things happen, unfortunately, during standardized tests. And it's important that you have some, tool set to manage yourself during those instances.